We are live. Well, this morning it looks like we have me and Mr. Pittsburgh Anthony
What's up,
because
guys?
Derek's got a maintenance man there doing some things with him. Craig's running a little behind. He's playing Uber again this morning. So me and Anthony. And
Yep.
Anthony
Greg's
is
gonna start getting paid for that Uber.
and Anthony is broadcasting remote from where, Anthony?
Providence, Rhode Island.
Look at that. He just got off his plane trying to find his rental car.
Yep. Just walking down to where the rental cars are now. Then I'm gonna head over to see Derek as soon as this show's over.
Yeah. So you should be in connection with Derek with what? Probably within the hour after doing car paperwork and stuff, eh?
Derek said he lives like 15 minutes from this airport, so
Oh, really?
depending on if I just finish off the show here, then like probably 15 minutes after I'll be at his house, or if I drive there, I'll be at his house before the show's over. Just depends.
Cool deal. Cool deal. All right, I'm gonna do a welcome in here. We had them flipping crooters first again.
Flipping critters.
Kelly Econ Mom, good morning. Stuff from Sally, good morning. The cherry pickers in here. Good morning to you. Sand Dollar. Got my sweetie, the Shamrock Pixie, in the house. DC Cells is in. Nate, every day I'm hustling. Good morning to you, bud. Eric Bischoff, good morning to you. So hopefully we'll get a few more people. Give us some time for that notification to go out.
Yep.
So
yeah, I can't see the chat just yet. I'm going to try to pull up my tablet once I actually get to where I know where the heck I'm at.
Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on it for you. Diane Matthews just jumped in. Good morning to you.
What's up, Diane?
Steven Scroggins, good morning. So Derek's got a topic here: having a niche that you're good at. So we'll probably hold off a little bit on getting into that. So maybe you're a little bit better in Derek's back since it's his topic. FGS just jumped in. Perlini, good morning, gals. Swamp Picker,
What's
good
up?
morning, Glenn. So I don't know. I guess we just kind of have a chit chat thing going on here this morning. How was your flight?
Flight was good. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I got in about 20 minutes early, so that was awesome. And I got a free upgrade today, too. I guess the dude saw that I was a large man. He goes, "Hey, would you like a larger seat?" I was like, "Absolutely." So they gave me this ticket. I actually got 2 seats to myself, so it was pretty nice.
There you go. Then you're riding comfort, eh? Yep. Kelly, he's at the airport. He flew out to spend some time with Derek over there in Rhode Island. How long are you there for, Anthony?
I'll be here for 6 days. I leave Monday morning at 6 a.m.
So he's going to go outsource some while he's there and try to pay for the trip. I'm real curious to see how much stuff he gets and if he's going to be able to get it back on the plane or if he's going to be UPS and some boxes home.
Yep. So the goal is to make a profit on the trip. So I'm going to be documenting that through vlogs.
Yeah, I want to see a lot of video.
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, Joy, Be the Difference Clothing. Good morning, girlie.
What's up, Joy?
Toon Tracks Racing is in here too. Good morning to you. Yeah, it should be fun, man. We were supposed to be there. With you, but we gotta wait for 6 months clearance on Destiny's Spleen before we can actually take any long trips.
I know how that goes, man. Here, hold on one sec. I'm gonna pick up my car.
All right, good deal, man. Too bad he's not doing FBA. Yeah. If he was doing FBA, that'd be cool because then he could just send it in from where he's at. So, yeah, we were supposed to be on this trip with Anthony, going over to spend a week or so by Derek. But Destiny, with her spleen removal, doctor suggested we wait about 6 months before doing any super far traveling away from the doctors. Although we are thinking about sliding over by them flipping Crooters because they're only like 4 hours away. That's not like traveling across the country. It's hold on. I'm gonna try something here. Honey, are you in here? Somebody want to jump on here with me? Since Anthony's getting his car, that might take a bit. Derek's dealing with his handyman. And Greg is playing Uber. So I'm sitting here all alone. I don't really want to talk the topic by myself. I don't really have a niche. My niche is green, green, green money, money, money. Anything that makes a buck. Well, more than a buck, though. Yeah, I'm lonely, Rump Stump. I'm not good at this whole camera by myself thing. I'm still getting used to the camera with people. Snobby. All right, cool deal. Let's see. How can I do this here? Ooh, I gotta figure out how to do this. Give me 1 second to get a link up here because I'm running on 2 different computers.
And then also, and then so told him once the TV came on, found it was a single situation, and some system. Found it was a good day. You too.
All right, I was echoing there. Oh, I gotta sign in the chat. Just bear with me, guys.
I'm coming.
My computer's being weird. You can't drop a link. Not letting me sign into YouTube.
Oh, it's messing you up.
Yeah, Snobby was gonna jump in with me, I think, but I can't get a link into her.
I got Craig's here now.
There's Craig.
Oh, the story. Y'all can start now.
All right, yeah. I was kind of sitting here solo. Anthony's getting his car. Derek had to deal with his maintenance man. You were Uber, and I was here like, oh no.
Hey, my name is Craig. I'm the late picker.
Well, it was crazy because he was between 10 and 3. Of course, the guy shows up right at 10 o'clock. I'm like, gee, thanks. And
yeah, when you want them to be later, they show up on time.
Exactly. So it was my refrigerator, the freezer froze. So yeah,
Isn't that what a freezer's supposed to do?
I mean, this was it defrosted and everything got destroyed.
Oh.
So he comes in and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're all set." He goes, we're gonna call a sealed it's a sealed refrigerant problem, so it's all under warranty, so I don't have to worry about it. Thank God."
That's good.
Good morning, Tip. Where were you like 10
What's up,
minutes ago?
Gregory?
I could have used you.
Dude, you were up late, Craig.
I was. You were there for a while. I don't know what time John shut it down.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I was up when he shut it down.
What time was
I couldn't
that?
even tell you though.
It was 2:30 or so in the morning here when I went to bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah, it was like 3:30 in the morning when I jumped out, I think.
I think Cliff stayed up pretty late too. I saw his thing this morning, said he was on for almost 8 hours.
Yeah, Cliff went down about 5:30, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I ended up waking up at 1:30, couldn't sleep, so I said might as well get up and do some work. So I got all my invoices out from the auction, except for waiting to hear from Chris the Goose.
Yep.
Huh, that's the first time I'd met him last night.
So if you're
Really?
lurking in here, man, I need your info. He was in who was in? He was in John's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he was going to email me his info as soon as he got off, and then I don't know if he zonked or what.
Right. So what?
My bad.
That's all right. So Tommy said he didn't have a niche, and there's always the discussion of how you pronounce that word. Niche, niche, whatever,
Right.
I don't know what's right. I don't know how often I say that word. But
Niche.
everybody's got tomato, potato,
Right.
dollar, lobster.
Well, correct. Well, let's see, because Anthony is now in Rhode Island at the airport. So let's see if he hears anybody, if they ask him any questions and he doesn't understand what they say.
I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
All right, so Derek, you want to help me pick out a car?
They got a car?
I'm here to pick up my car.
Well,
They
you need
literally
something
told me
that's going to...
pick whatever car I wanted in Zone 1.
In Zone 1. Okay, so what do you got?
What's your choices? Get a minivan.
So this is car number 1. Let's let the chat be involved with this.
Malibu or something, maybe?
I think that's a Malibu, yeah.
Okay.
And
A
we got
Malibu
Hyundai.
Ew.
Sonata, maybe.
We got a Kia.
Kia looks pretty sharp. Kia's gotten to the point where they look pretty sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a Nissan and another Chevy. I mean, just
Well,
looking at it alone, I'd
you-
probably roll with a Chevy, but I don't know. What do you guys
The
think?
Nissan looks pretty good.
What has the most space for...
I was gonna say you two are bigger fellas, so I think you should get the most smallest car.
Yeah.
You're not thinking...
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. What
The
are you thinking
Mini
all this
Cooper.
stuff in there? I would go with the Chevy.
Yeah, I was thinking Chevy too.
What looks like it has the biggest trunk, Anthony. You're gonna want that trunk space.
Yep.
Nate says number 1, get the Malibu. And I think, if I remember right, I think Nate drives in Malibu.
So,
Sure.
Berlini says Nissans are uncomfortable.
yeah.
I drove a Maxima for a while. I loved it.
Nate asked how the auction went. I'm very happy with the auction. We sold out everything.
That's good.
That's awesome, dude.
Either you had great stuff or you had great pricing, or you had both.
But we start everything at $1, so the pricing's hard to beat.
Yeah. I don't know what we were talking about last night. I think maybe I talked with Pat because Pat was on last night or yesterday for a good little while, and I jumped on and we got talking about that. And I said that's one thing that's good. I mean, who's not going to bid on something that starts at 99 cents?
Right.
You know, you may get a lower price for some things, but some things you may get higher. Because
Yeah, and that's exactly how it worked. We initially, I had some what were they, Derek? Those irons you call them?
What was it?
The golf heads, the irons.
Oh, yeah. He had irons and woods.
Yep.
He had 21 irons.
Yep. And they went cheap, but then I made up for it on the woods.
Yep.
right.
And they were
Right.
left-handed and right-handed, never used, brand new.
Yep.
They were left-handed and right-handed.
Yep.
Oh, all mixed up. Okay, never mind. I was thinking.
Yeah, it was a reseller package or somebody that's really in the golf because there was I don't remember 20 irons and 21 woods or something.
Wow.
Sorry about the
Some
camera.
they were knockoffs of, like, he has a Trident, which is supposed to be a Titleist. So the casting, everything looks the same, but they just can't use the name Titleist. So
Sorry, boys.
Huh.
the car, bing, bing. Hope you have a GPS in there.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. I was planning to just go ahead and key your address in so I can stay on the phone with you guys.
Yep.
Well, it can't be too far. If you're already in Rhode Island, it can be but like 15 minutes to get there.
Well, yeah, that's what Derek said. It'd take about 15 minutes.
Yep.
Navigation.
He must be on the other side of the state then.
Well, it's across the bridge.
Oh.
It's across the bridge. That's the thing.
Here, hold on one second. I'm going to mute it so I can do this OnStar.
Yeah, because even though the Providence is our capital and the airport is in Warwick, they still call the airport Providence.
So I think when Anthony gets there,
Yeah.
you should get up and go outside, and you guys should do that big field of dreams running towards each other.
Oh God.
No.
No.
Give me a 2-minute warning before you do that, though.
Yeah.
But we'll play some dramatic, copyright-free music.
Yep.
Ding.
Wow.
Running through a field.
So I'm like Tommy. I really don't have a niche that I sell in. I have areas that I'm more knowledgeable in.
Right.
But I don't just stick to those areas. And it's there's a lot to be said for selling in one niche. If you have the ability to source that stuff. Just if you get a regular stream of that stuff come in. You look at Crazy Picker Life. I know they sell a lot of stuff, but their primary niche is cameras.
Right.
They've got a great source for it. I don't know what their source is or if they've ever told. I know they buy from somebody. But,
They're back on again. They weren't around for a while.
I haven't gotten enough. I need to make sure I'm subscribed to them because I haven't seen a notification in a while.
If I could source enough electronics,
About 3 weeks.
where I could completely fill, and I had enough of that product available, that would be my niche. But it's not really a niche because it's not my primary stuff that I sell. I sell a little bit of everything, but I forgot where I was going with it. Anyways, if I could source enough of it, it would be my niche. I just can't. So,
And I think that's the challenge with being in this business is finding that one good source of one specific area.
Right.
Unless you're talking toys. Toys is if you look at the high level toys, electronics, clothing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Derek's definitely got a niche. He would be considered a niche fella for sure.
Derek is a niche of himself. Get it figured out?
You know what? This car is OnStar isn't registered, so I'm going to have to do it through my phone.
Okay.
Do me a favor. If I click over to it, let me know if you can see and hear me. Can you guys still see and hear me?
We can hear you, and that's
I
fine.
can hear you, but I can't see you.
All right. So you guys
That's
are
fine.
just going to have to hear me then.
Hearing you is a lot better than seeing you anyway.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
Nate said if he could sell one thing, he thinks it would be shoes.
a lot of
And
people.
shoes do. I just sold a pair of shoes this morning for $170. I sold them, Craig.
Really?
Yep.
Well, you had them listed for a pretty high, $250 or something when you listed them, didn't you?
Well, I had them at $250 with the 20% sale. It brought it down to like $203 or something. That's pretty consistent. That's the price point I wanted to be at. Guy offered me $150. I countered with $175. He came at $170, and I accepted.
Nice. Good thing you pulled it out of the box back over there, wherever you had it stored for a year and a half.
Right. I actually had a really good weekend on eBay. I think it's 23 items going out. For the total of like $300 or something, because they're small, they're hardware items. And then we did another 100 and something on the auction. So we had a pretty good weekend. I thought it was going to be a slow weekend.
Nate's asking what kind of shoes. They were Dwayne Wade Marquette First Pro issue or something like that, weren't they?
Oh, you
Yeah.
sold those, Tommy?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. I can here, I'll actually bring it up.
That's good still. I'm glad we found out what they were.
Yeah, that was very Very helpful. Let's see.
Shoes are fun. I have a hard time. I have to stick to men's shoes or women's tennis shoes. Women's dress shoes, I have no knowledge of. And there's so many things that are either fashionable or not. It's just like women's clothing to me. I just don't know it well enough.
All right, so I'm going to share here.
Jamie in the chat says she loves let me get that word out. Selling books.
Okay. These here says 203, but they actually did.
Lost you.
Oh, what happened? My stream's still showing in the yard.
Yeah, so I don't know why it's not.
There it is.
Okay.
Scroll up so you hide your.
Yeah.
So they actually sold for 170. But
Nice.
these were the shoes.
And if I remember right, you didn't have much in them, did you?
No, I didn't have nothing in them.
Those are nice, dude. Are those the ones you were showing us? That,
Yeah.
Like Wayne Wade college shoes?
Yep.
They were clean and great shape. Looks like barely been worn.
Yeah, I mean, look at the soles on them. Yeah, those sold.
Need to find you some more of those.
What did I do? I only had them up there, a week?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I knew it hadn't been too long.
So let me sort this by the weekend here.
Yeah, Jamie in the chat's talking about books. Books it's hard to ignore books, especially textbooks. Because typically if you're buying them at yard sales, you can get them dirt cheap. At thrift stores, you can get them for $2 or less. They're hard to ignore. It's almost like some clothing if you can get it priced right, They're just always there.
There we go. So I had a bunch of little small stuff
Nice.
go out. And all these hardware lots were bought by one guy.
Nice. Drop all that in one medium flat rate or something. Will it fit?
Oh, it's actually, I'll show you in a second. No, that's a lot. These hardware lots are like.
Okay, I couldn't tell how big they were.
Yeah, like each one was like in a padded flat. So I actually it's a big box. It was $30 some. I don't know, and it's going through GPS. So this is pretty cool. I paid 50 cents for this at our flea market.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Sold it for asking price 13, 17. And then some cheap clothing, some goggles. This is everything, all the way up to this hardware lot. That's what all sold. This weekend.
Jeez.
Nice.
And this is like all the last week. This right here was a really nice find. We paid $7 for it.
Oh, that's cool. Is that the cookie jar?
Yep, that's the cookie jar.
I've heard a lot of people doing good with cookie jars like that. Well, not that specific one, but I mean, caricaturized ones or whatever.
We do really good with. Who remembers these? I don't even think schools have these anymore.
Oh yeah, that goes across the top of the yeah.
Yeah,
because they don't do script anymore.
Yeah, they don't even teach cursive. It's hard to teach cursive on a tablet, I suppose.
Yeah. My son took it at his private school, but he doesn't have to do it now. And he struggled with it.
Yeah, this is, let's see, we're back now, probably pretty far. Oh, shit. Oh, August 12th. So, I can...
Well, shoes are good. It looks like you got a lot of views on it, 140. That's nice.
Go. So, and then this here, all that hardware is in that big box down there on the floor.
Nice. So how many lots out of that? You said you had 33 going out. Was the majority of it that stuff?
Well, we got like 33 things going out with the auction. eBay was like 23.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And then the hardware lots was the total, I think it was 16 lots.
Wow.
all the one guy GPS. So, man,
Nice.
which was nice because they were in. He paid. I had them. Like I say, most of them were in padded flats. Charge shipping is $7.50, and he paid the $7.50 on each one. I don't know if I should credit him back some of the shipping. He didn't ask for any type of,
I don't know. I typically don't.
yeah. I mean, he paid the asking price. I mean, usually if I'm going to buy a lot, I'll call and ask if they'll combine shipping. If I'm going to make multiple purchases.
I had some. What did I have? Oh, I sold 3. This has been the last month or two. I sold 3 Wii console onlys, and I had them up there for $20 something. I ended up getting like $15 a piece, after fees and everything. But I had $9.99 shipping on every one,
Mm-hmm.
and they ended up paying like close to $30 in shipping, and I just paid it. And I put them all in one box and shipped them for like. They only went one or two states over. It only cost me like $8 to ship them.
Yeah, that box was, I forgot. It was heavy though. Destiny couldn't lift it. And it was $34 shipping, but there's 16 padded flat rates paid of shipping on it, so I did decent on it.
Yeah. Coffee mugs. Mugs are fun. They don't typically sell as fast. They're pretty easy to store. That's not bad.
I can show you a mug here. I think it was Macari. They sold it on.
Veronica said she can't sell any of her mugs. You just got to wait on them. They're not going to fly off the shelf. You just got to find the right person. The mugs and some clothing and yearbooks are the extreme, but some things just don't fly off the shelf. They're gonna sell. They just don't. You don't sell 3 or 4 of those a month. At least in my experience, I haven't. They're not like the Polaroids once were, and like the calculators and everything that go so quickly.
I'm not sure. Again, I'll show you a mug we did real well on. I'll bring that up. Dirt.
We got to fire him from his hosting. He's not on the ball.
No, I'm on the ball.
This is my sold Macari listings. This
Right.
mug right here, we did what did we get? $32 on it.
For that mug?
Yeah, milk glass. Yeah.
Oh, milk glass. Yeah.
Trying to, there we go.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I left a lot of those in the yard sale the other day.
Yeah, it's a Peanuts one. $32. I think Destiny found it at Goodwill for 50 cents or $1 or something.
What's that? What's the bottom of it look like? You got a picture down at the bottom of the picture.
Bottom?
Yeah.
I don't even know if she got the bottom.
Doesn't
there
look
it
like
I thought that was the bottom. Is it a Fire King?
No, it wasn't Fire King. Can't get that sold thing out of the way.
Anchor Hawkins.
Anchor Hawkins. That's pretty cool.
I don't remember what was on it. Nothing spectacular because I didn't mention it in the thing.
But the subject matter on mugs makes a big difference. Unless you're talking about Starbucks and some of the city mugs, they usually do pretty well pretty quickly. For some of the harder to find cities.
See, I do a lot of hats on Macari.
Really?
The hats sell a lot better on Macari than they do on eBay.
I'm gonna have to put some over then, man. I do a ton of hats.
Yeah, I do real well on hats on Macari, and I price them. I just flat price them at $14.
Really?
As long as they're clean. If they're not clean, I don't sell them. So.
Well, the good thing about Macari is you're not having to worry about shipping. In a hat, you can put in that 0 to 5 or whatever it is. They don't weigh much.
They don't mean anything.
Yeah, it usually costs me $3-4 to ship it. This
You
was
put it in a box.
Nice little bag I picked up for. Oh, what the hell was it, Derek? Weren't you with me when I got that?
What's that?
This little
Yes.
DeWalt.
Yep.
I paid 50 cents or $1 for
I
it.
think it was $1. Yep.
Sold it for 15 plus shipping.
Have you posted the other stuff that you got the other day, Tommy?
Which stuff?
You picked up 3 or 4 things the other day when we were at the flea market when I was talking to you.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is, so I don't think I got the.
Yeah, Veronica says she's had her Starbucks mugs for about 6 months up, and I would go back and comp them and see. Starbucks mugs sell okay. The city ones tend to sell a little faster, in my opinion. I've had just some of the branded Starbucks mugs that last a little while. They sell, but
I've had. Pull my inventory tag out of here. I've had this one sitting around forever.
right.
It's not a city, no special mark, but it is one of them like really
Heavy.
oversized.
Right.
I mean, this is a pretty big mug too, but it's a lot rounder.
Right.
Right.
And I don't know. I think I got it up there for $19 or something. I probably got to bring it down. Starbucks used to do really well.
Well, I think that's another area that the city mugs. If you're getting the obscure cities, they're hard to find anyway. So you're not going to see just tons of them out there. The generic mugs like that one. I'm not saying that's a bad item, but I think that market's probably become a little flooded.
I did sell a mug, a Starbucks mug. It was a city mug, but it was from overseas. Right? I got like 42, 43 bucks for it. It's like from Paris or something.
Yep. The Hawaii's, the like Vancouver, and I know that's Canada, but I'm sure the ones that are harder to get in the U.S. and all that do a lot better. Oh, they started selling them at Walmart. I didn't know that. That would definitely have the impact on the sell-through rate on those.
Yeah, time to drop the price. I started out with a lot of mugs. That was one of the things. Like I say, I didn't start with a big bankroll, so I started out with all these little quarter and 50-cent mugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was only making, after fees and everything, maybe $6-7 on them, but it gave me that $6-7 to turn over.
This is a cool Disney mug. Somebody said Kelly says she likes Disney mugs.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the park in it.
Sell Disney mugs. My wife will keep them all.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. Oh, let me stop sharing this. What am I doing?
I've got out of the mugs I got 3 Disney mugs out of 5 mugs I have sitting up there.
So where are you? Where are you, Anthony?
Exactly. He's in the car.
Yeah. Nate says mug life. Yeah, Gary V. He's mug life.
Yeah. It's not bad. I cringe when people say they ship them in padded flat rates. Unless it's already in a box, Some people will do that.
I have shipped every mug I sold in a padded flat rate.
In a box in the padded flat rate, or just
what we do what I learned. I seen it, and I actually think it was Jason T. Smith that I first seen it. But they call it the FOMO method. That's basically where you wrap it pretty good in bubble wrap. You go around it like 3-4 times, and you take another box and you kind of just bend it around and then cut the tabs, and it holds it real rigid. And me and Joseph, my son, we put it in a padded flat rate. And we literally took it outside. We tested it. We took it outside and we played football with it. We threw it through the basketball hoop. I actually took this thing and punted it into the road. And I opened it up. I should do one and film it. And then we cringed. It was a mug I didn't really care about, but it was probably one of the more thinner, fragile ones. Opened it up, not a scratch.
About going viral, man. That'd be a great video.
I've got a box. I can't think of what size it is. It's a cube box. It may be like either a 4x4x4 or 6x6 that I bought specifically for mugs. They were dirt cheap. I've got like a stack of 25 of them. But
the only time they don't go on a padded flat rate is if they happen to be a lighter mug that I can put in the 8x6x4 eBay box and ship it first class.
Right. not many of them are wide enough to go first class, are they?
I would say about 1 out of every 10.
Yeah. I know, but I haven't sold a lot of mugs. I've sold a few, and I've never had one that ships first class. Good morning, Dom. How are you?
I do got one. I think I waited and go first class. This is a
Alabama Thrifter said, yeah, the UR here City and State mugs, Starbucks ones have done well.
this is a 6.5 ounce mug. It's a Harley mug.
I was just gonna say it looked like a Harlem mug. Yeah.
So I could put this, wrap it in bubble wrap and then put it in the 8x6x4 with some peanuts around it, and it'll travel fine.
And still be at 8 to 10 ounces or better.
Yeah. It probably, with the box and the wrap, it'll probably come right under that 14, 15 ounce range.
It's not bad. I don't know. It's hard to get tied down to that one area. It really is, unless you have something that you, like you said earlier, that you can source on a regular basis, but also that you have a good knowledge of. I think you have to have a combination of those two things.
I try to learn as much as I can about just different products. Whether like when I was doing mugs, I want to know as much as I could what style mugs sold, what brands sold. Like you have your Starbucks, but you also have like your Gibson Greetings mugs, which are a vintage version of American Greetings. Those do pretty well. Hallmark mugs do pretty well.
Applause, right? That's one of them that does pretty well.
Depending on what's on it. It all depends. If it's just like, I bought some Applause ones. I got one up there. I think it's like a secretary mug or something that I've had for a long time. But then I've had other Applause ones that had like Tweety Bird and stuff on it, and it sold like that.
Right. But the good thing about mugs is I don't think I've ever bought a mug more than $2.
Yeah, I honestly don't spend more than a buck on it unless it's something like that Harley one. I think that one was $2.
I sold a set of Deneen mugs, which are pretty cool. When you look down, they're made by Deneen Pottery. These weren't as old as some of them, but they have some of them that go in $80, $90, $100. You find the right ones. And they've got that brown drip, the drip looking around.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they're all handmade. These were from 2015, I think. I think I got 40 or 50 for the pair. I think I paid $2, $1.99 a piece for them when I got them.
What's the other ones that Teleflora, wasn't there? They make mugs too. To some of them, or what's the money too?
Who's that?
Teleflora.
Doesn't sound familiar to me, but I pick up mugs. I'll pick up the Disney mugs. I'm not a crazy mug person. If I see something that catches my eye, I don't recognize that brand, but that doesn't mean anything to me. Because I don't know a lot of brands.
Right. Lucas said he bought 2 Starbucks mugs, brand new, the city ones, for $1 each. Yeah, I would have snatched them up.
Yeah. I didn't know Hermes, or however you pronounce it. I know they make ties. I didn't know they make. Is it the same? Is that the same brand that makes mugs?
Oh, Hermes. I didn't know they did mugs. I know they do ties. I've had some.
Ray Dunn. I have heard people talk about Ray Dunn, Veronica. I have a hard time with mugs. That's something unless it just catches my eye, with the design or a color. I typically don't sit down and just look through mugs. Good thing about most thrift stores, though, there's usually not just an overabundance. There's not like 5 shelves of them. It's usually a contained area of them,
Right.
And that's where I've kind of gotten away from clothing. I feel very overwhelmed if I go to source clothing. Well, there's so much of it.
We started out. That was 2 things we started out with: mugs, clothing, because you can get them both really cheap. Not huge margins on them, but it's good when you're first starting out to kind of try to turn some capital.
Definitely.
Now I got real particular. I just threw a bunch of clothing on eBay at auction, 99 cents start. That has been sitting around a while. I got pickier on my clothing, and I found out what clothing sells for me.
Right.
So now I kind of just stick to that.
With clothing here, like I've talked before, I've got two primary thrift stores that I source at, and they're both within 5 or 6 minutes away. One of them is a little closer. They're two different brands, whatever, two different businesses. One of them has better clothing prices, but dang it, they put those punch, the little plastic things that holds a tag on. They put it in with a gun. They put it through the back of the collar, not just in the label, but in through the collar, and it ends up with a lot of shirts like this. It pick or a big hole, not a huge hole, but it's noticeable.
Right.
The clothing was priced great because I could get a shirt like this for like $4.99 full price, and then as it sits there longer, it goes down. It goes up to like 60% off.
Right.
The other store, they only do like 25% off and sometimes 50% off. But this shirt at that other store would be like $8.99, $9.99, or better. Sometimes maybe $10.99, which is crazy for me.
See, our thrift store here in town, I mean, that's one good thing that it's good for is every Thursday they have bag day for $7, and they consider it a 13-gallon garbage bag, the bag.
Wow.
Or 4 of your plastic grocery bags full for $7. So
you're getting a lot of stuff for that.
Yeah, I get quite a bit. So then, when I get it that cheap, I can kind of go at little lower margins. I know it's going to sell quick because of the design or whatever, but it's not going to bring a ton of money.
Right.
So then I don't mind so much.
I could see doing clothing more if I had a bins closer.
That's where a lot of it comes from, is the bins.
I'm not going crazy just because I can get stuff cheap by just grabbing just truckloads of it. But I think clothing is it's gotten saturated, in general. But you just got to be selective about what you pick up.
The one time we got pretty lucky. We went to Plato's Closet.
Yeah,
they were having some sort of blowout sale, and they had the whole wall. Everything on that wall was $1 a piece. Wow. I mean, they had some pretty nice brands, and I don't know. I think we spent like $100 on their clothing, and we came home with a ton of clothing.
That's cool. I went through a phase with clothing, and I've got a lot of it that's unlisted. I've got probably 2 or 3 totes like this size, but I've got to get it listed. I got a good bit of Tommy Bahama. Got some Pearl Snap stuff.
All right, guys, I'm gonna run outside. Anthony is here, so I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Uh-oh.
I want to see that running hug.
Go.
No, it's like I can do it.
He's not gonna take the camera with him.
No, that's the You'll see it. Hold on. Let's see.
Lucas said, when I don't see much in my thrift store, I usually start looking at random crap I never look at, then randomly will spot something worth a lot. Sometimes when I have no idea what I'm looking at. Yeah, that's kind of, I go to the thrift stores and I look for what I know. And then if there's not much of that or whatever, then I start, I try to make especially because we got to go so far to get to the thrift stores. I try to make every stop at a thrift store something profitable.
Right.
So that's where I start thinking outside the box and looking at things I not normally look up.
So wait,
that's how we came across that Charlie Brown mug and the Charlie Brown cookie jar.
All right. So Tommy and everybody in the chat, obviously everybody makes at least one pass to a thrift store when you're processing a thrift store, right? Mm-hmm. How many people make multiple passes through the store? And how many times do you find something on that second or third pass? I'll always usually make a circle one way, and I'll go back the other. Yeah, I'll just randomly go through and look.
Yep, I'll do that. I got a routine that I go through my store. I always start out hard good electronics. Right. That's my go-to spot. And I make my lap through that. Then I go through the sporting goods. Then I go through the toys, and I always check out clothes last. If I can get enough of the hard goods, I don't even look at clothes. And then I go through the ceramics, and then when I'm all done with that, I turn around and I come back in the opposite direction of the aisle. Because sometimes you see something you didn't see on the first pass.
I'm amazed at how much I find on those second and third pass. I'm like, how did I walk by this? Just having a different perspective of the way things are on the shelf.
Now, when you're going through and you're processing your thrift store and you see something that you're not quite sure, you don't know what it, you want to comp it or whatever before you buy it. Do you see it and comp it right away, or do you fill your cart and then go through your areas, fill your cart, and then comp?
I'm gonna use a cliche answer. It depends. It depends how busy the store is. And I'm sure when you go in your store, you probably know resellers that are in the area potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not so much if you're further away from the house. But it depends how many people I see in there that I'm competing against. If I see something, I know it. It's electronic. It's potentially got huge value, and I just don't know. I'm gonna put that in the cart and move on. But if it's a smaller profit item that I'm still interested in, I'm gonna probably comp it as soon as I get there. Things like, does it have a barcode? Can I easily scan it and look it up? Is it something that has a model number? It just depends on the situation of what's going on in the store, plus what the item is.
See, when we go to the bins, we just fill the cart.
And I think the bins is a totally different situation, though.
Yeah, and then when the cart's full, then we go off to the side and we go through it and throw back what we don't want. But when it comes to a store, like our stores, people are like jerks in our stores. So I just grab whatever I think I might be interested in and get it in the cart. And then I'll comp it. I usually run 2 carts. I have one that I know I'm going to get stuff, and then the other one that I got to comp.
Nice. What's going on, Andy? The good life. Haven't seen you in a while. Things are going well. Lucas wants to know how far you are from the thrift store. I know you said you had to drive a little ways.
Yep. We have a thrift store that's two blocks away, but it's usually I'm in a small town, so the stuff that goes in there is usually been handed down and worn out. So we don't. Once in a while we can find a gem in there, but usually it's just garbage. So the next closest Goodwill that we have is about a half hour away.
That's not
That's a hit or miss. And then if we want to go any more thrift storing than that, we have to go about an hour and a half to metropolitan area, which would be Appleton, Wisconsin.
Wow.
And there, man, I could go source every day and fill my vehicle. So we try to get out there at least once, twice a month. And our whole goal is to move to that area.
Right.
It's just hard. I mean, we could do it, but we got a whole house, 3-bedroom house, garage, fenced in yard, and really cool landlord, and we're paying $550 a month for it. It's going to be hard to find that anywhere else.
Yeah. And as you go closer to the big city, if you're renting, you have to pay up.
Yeah. To get something comparable in the Appleton area, we're looking at about $950, and on the low end.
Right.
And then so I'm sitting there going back and forth. Okay, could I source more product and better product that's going to make up that difference? Probably, absolutely. But am I going to list faster than I do now and actually get the product up and sold? Because it's not like I have a shortage of stuff. Between our flea markets and summers, I got piles,
Right.
We have so much like family life stuff going on that it's so hard. I wish I could find me a lister. I tried hiring 2 that just didn't want to work.
Yeah. Thrift stores in my area. Let me think. I am about 15 minutes south of that, like downtown Birmingham proper. If I made drew a circle, with probably a 15 or 20 mile radius all the way around. Let me think. I've got 2 right here. There's probably 15 or 18 thrift stores within a 30-mile radius.
Yeah, BK says he's got like 15 Goodwills between home and work. I wish. And then The Good Life says, y'all ever get Christmas stuff at yard sales to resell? I do. Not a lot. It's got to be something that's like vintage or there's certain ornaments that I look for.
Right.
But I don't grab. I tried grabbing those animated Santas and stuff. Got a couple of those, and I thought I was gonna make all this money on them because of what they retail for.
Curator.
That's it. So this is gonna be your
I
bed.
hear them.
Okay, sounds good. Where would you want me to put this stuff at?
Watch out. They're about to start spooning. We might need to block his camera.
Where does it matter? You put it right here. Okay.
What?
Huh?
I do. I pick up Christmas stuff, but not a bunch.
What?
What? Where is he?
With the vintage, the older, larger size bulbs, not the small ones. I mean, you're not
Got
talking.
some NASCAR homie 3345.
What's happening?
So come on over.
It's all right. We'll completely understand if y'all cut the camera off and mute the mic and need some alone time.
So what's up, guys?
There you go.
Hey, the tag team now. What's up?
I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous.
I know. We could be having a trio right now.
Right?
Stop. No, I don't want. That's not appropriate for YouTube.
I don't know. Is Marie Peralta, Perlette in the chat? We have to be careful.
Yeah, Christmas stuff. I picked up like the older bulbs like that. Trying to think of what else I picked up Christmas. There are some little ornaments and stuff that you can spot. I don't know if Hallmark went out of business all over the states, but I know a Hallmark around our state went out of business, and they had a pretty deep sale. But I didn't get into buying the little Hallmark ornaments. I know some of those are pretty collectible though.
We have a place here in Seacon. It's called the Paper Store. It's owned by Hallmark, and they have assortment of everything. Like they have a sublet of a small area that's Hallmark. Then it does Alex and Ani. Like it's weird how it's one store, but it's owned by. It says it's owned by Hallmark because it says Hallmark. It says Paper Store by Hallmark. So
yeah. Jamie was talking about. I guess she says bubble lights. I guess that's the best word I know. I don't know if they have a formal name to them, but the original ones were from the 70s, probably into the early 80s, and they're you don't get huge money for them, but for a light bulb, you said they had them priced.
They're definitely worth picking up.
Yeah,
I watch for them.
I think I bought a good sized box. It just had, and they were all still in the little cardboard package. They usually didn't come in a box. They had the little things that they slipped into. I think I paid $5, and then I probably made $50, $60 on all of them I sold. And they didn't fly off the shelf, but they sold.
Two hip chicks, Dawn, I believe. Ask you what your sourcing plans are during Anthony's visits. Hey, tell us.
Hurricane dropped down to Category 2.
That's good.
See, it's breaking up. Don would like to know what your sourcing plans are during Anthony's visit.
What mine are?
Yeah.
Well, we get out of here. We have he has his 2:00 Bible study that I'll be doing here. And then once the kids get home and get situated, we're going to go and hit a couple of stores around here today. And then we have to look at what the weather's going to be like for tomorrow. It does look kind of scary. It looks like there's going to be some severe thunderstorms tomorrow around here. So we're gonna make that decision in the morning for Brimfield. If not, Thursday we're going up to New Hampshire.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
Looking forward to that.
We're going to go to the bins, and then what?
If it's raining tomorrow, just get your garbage bags and cut your holes in for your arms and get out there and source, man.
We'll be around here. We'll be around the area around here, but we can't go to Brimfield. Brimfield's all outdoors.
Oh, okay,
gotcha. And if it rains,
do they shut it down if it rains?
Yeah, because it's if you stepped on some of that grass that's out there, that's exactly what it like. You just sink.
Yeah.
Is it like our mud pools that I showed you?
Yeah. Yeah, like at the flea market, you get your areas. Yeah. That's all it is. It's an old farm pastures that they just use, and so it's, Blue Bus Dave 2 years ago was there in September, and he pulled his bus up, and it rained a couple of days before, and he pulled his bus up, and they had to get the fire truck to pull him out, because he just went because he was so heavy, he just sank.
Wow.
So
Fishing and Picking says he's going to be down at be down in Birmingham next month.
oh
Yeah,
boy,
you have to get pre-approved pass if you want to come in the nursing home. Sorry.
Craig, how close are you to Norgus?
She is in southern Alabama. She's probably 2 hours or so away, if I had to guess.
yeah, she's closer to Auburn.
Yeah, I'm about 2 hours from Auburn.
Yeah.
Because after Destiny has her clearance, she wants to go down to Florida to visit her family. She got like 70% of her family's down there, and it was like trying to see who we could all hit along the route.
Yeah, it just depends which way you go. I don't know if you
For real.
Wisconsin, y'all would probably come down like 65 or somewhere like that.
Yeah. You're gonna
65
stop.
to Chicago.
I'd actually have to look at it, and then that's why I'm trying to kind of figure out where people are, and then
Justin, everyone wants to go.
tag them on the map, and then see what type of route I can create. I don't mind going out route a little bit, you know. I just turn it into
You can adjust them to
sourcing to make up for it, you know.
Yeah.
I have to.
So I figured you already did.
I think the
Because
biggest,
when I travel, I take a little enclosed trailer.
that's cool. Always got to be prepared.
Yeah, you never know what you can come across.
Pelini, yes and no. She says Brimfield's like an old-fashioned flea market. It's become more of an antique show now, where if you want primitives from the 1920s and all the way in the 1800s, you find a lot of that stuff there. But you do have some areas that are flea market type. But I mean, there's so much to find. You could find old stuff. You can find primitive teeth from 1840s all the way up to your nearest shoes. Some of the boots from 2017. So,
Right.
morning, Cleveland Picker.
Rick says they look like a tag team up there ready to wrestle all the Bolos.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah. You know, we have this thing. It's once a year. Can't do it this year. It's too late to arrange that. But next year we have a thing in Warrens, Wisconsin. It's called Cranberry Fest. It's a whole town.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to look and see what this town, like the square mile, is, but it's a 3-day event, and I went all 3 days in a row and have not been able to cover the whole thing.
Gotcha.
Wow.
And I think it would be really cool to do try to get a bunch of people, do a big meetup, and just source the hell out of it, you know.
Yeah.
that would be cool.
By then I'll have my heat press. I can make up a bunch of matching shirts for everybody at the meetup, and we can just go run that. It's like a big flea market, you know.
Right.
Just run wild through there, and
Matching shirts and Speedos, right?
there you go. There you go.
If anybody has ever watched that new commercial where, what is it, a cricket or something like that it matches, and the guy comes out of the room with the Speedo on, he's like, you think I could walk out with this? And his wife's like, what the hell are you wearing?
You don't have to worry about the Speedos. I promised Derek I wouldn't bring one, but I did bring the banana hammock.
How about that? But you're a chronic liar, though, aren't you? Hey, what happens in Rhode Island stays in Rhode Island. We don't judge. Cleveland Picker, how's it going? Jennifer Hayes, good morning. Yeah, I like that they added the everybody. You know, the other guests in the panel can see the chat now, and
yeah, they
that's nice.
added that now.
Yeah, it makes it a little easier.
You have to select that to happen, though, right?
Nope.
Oh, it just automatically happens.
What it is when you won't see it here, but you know how I have it here. The comments. It's either we'll say instead of private chat, it says live comments, and you just
That's
like
cool.
that. That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
When they posted it in the group, in the Facebook group, it looked like it was a little slider that you did to turn it on.
Right. Right.
But the good thing is, I think StreamYard is a company that's growing and they're small,
Mm-hmm.
and they're open to hearing users' requests and suggestions.
Right. Well, like when we were having trouble when we first got it, that you had to minimize the schedule it later aspect. They finally made a slide for that now. There's a lot of things that they're finally starting to catch up on, and miracle.
Uh-oh. Why are you going tagging me? I'm supposed to be non-tagging. No, I'm kidding.
Doy.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's a good shot. I'm rubbing my nose.
Dude, I could barely see the computer from here, so I didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
At least it wasn't a banana hammock shot, right?
Yeah.
There's worse things I could have tagged you in.
It may have been Destiny doing her thing the other night, when she did her, the first big live where she was talking about everything. And I took a screenshot. God, I'll hold on a second.
It's normally yours too, Derek.
What?
Your dog.
Yeah, but they're at my mom and dad's.
Oh, okay.
Thank God. They might be here tonight, but that's all right. They only come for a little while. It's $25 more each dog to have it here, and trust me, I don't want them here all the time.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
We have a new dog next door, and as soon as they saw him, Harley sits there and just like stares out there, waiting for like the dog to bounce. And she
Sorry. But no, she was doing her thing the other night, and I took a screenshot because I wanted to share it out on Instagram and all that.
Yeah.
And I took it on my phone, and you do a quick. You don't really have a lot of control over. And it was probably a terrible shot. I don't know if it caught her face in an odd way. And she looked very beautiful, but it was just the way that it caught at the time. I was like, I felt kind of bad when I did it.
Oh, Tracy's in. Oh, we're in trouble. Thank God when they're close to ending this thing, because we don't know what Tracy's going to bring to the show.
What's up, Tracy?
Yeah.
I'm the NASCAR homie.
Yeah, Tracy, you don't want to be around here right now.
They just issued a hurricane warning for the South Carolina coast. It must have gone up the East Coast, it sounds like.
It's turning now, and like I said, it just became a Category 2. They just flew through it, and that's why they said it's starting to break apart. It's not. It looks worse than what they're saying it is, because I'm watching West Palm Beach right now, and the waves are pretty high, but not what you think they would be.
I just ordered a camera, a 360 camera actually, from a guy in Florida on Macari, and he's like, all our post offices are closed. I'll send it as soon as I get a chance.
Fishing and picking.
Or I can cancel it and you can rebuy it when it clears up. And I'm like, nope, I'll just wait. I got this thing on a steal, man. So I was like, nope, I'll just wait for your hurricane to clear. Just send it when you can. I won't complain.
Okay.
I'm watching for when your post office opens.
And the spot where 95 says that's where Lisa C is.
Fishing and picking says anything to do worthwhile or do or see in Hoover. There is a Salvation Army in Hoover. It's not bad. Their clothing is priced up because they do a half off sale every Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of what else. There is not a whole lot. I mean, there's some good places to eat, but it's more of a retail place. Fultondale, if you're going to be in Fultondale, there is a good thrift store up there. I do pretty well in.
Cool.
And if you're going to be in town, message me on Instagram. I'd like to meet you.
So, Anthony and Derek, I know you got sourcing plans, and sourcing is fun. At least it is for me.
Yeah.
But do you have any non-type of work-related plans?
Oh, we're gonna hit Boston. We're gonna go up to Foxborough. He's wearing his Pittsburgh Steelers stuff. I'm wearing my Bengals stuff, and we're gonna run through Patriot Stadium acting like fools.
Maybe you guys should switch shirts. Do it backwards.
Yeah, I don't know if my skin would react.
Bengals jersey stuff. So, but yeah, so no, definitely. It's we have that we're gonna do. We're doing the bins up in New Hampshire. This is the first time he's gonna show me how to do it, and hopefully, I know we still have to get in touch with PM and Ryan, but we might meet up with them for supper up there. So
Cool.
Supper. What? When do you eat that? We don't serve that down here.
Tracy, yes. Supper. Well, some Italian food, but we have shepherd's pie and American chop suey. So Anthony will be very happy for a couple of days here.
Absolutely.
And when he sees the size of the American chop suey and the shepherd's pie, he's gonna be like, "Damn, what the hell you got?" And when you see Kyle and Adam, when you see him, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's why he makes enough of food."
West Max Gary says, "Good morning, y'all." He came in. Good morning, T. He says, "Look at Anthony and Derek hanging out. Super cool."
I think they're working on removing that console in between them. I think that's their big project. So they can get a little closer together.
Not super cool. He put supper cool.
You didn't say supper before.
So.
Well, see what we got to do. What we got to do, Craig, is on. Let's see, tomorrow, Wednesday. I'll put it so it divides the screenshots vertically, so they got to get real close together
to stay in frame. If you want to be on the show, no, I'm kidding.
All right, Tommy.
John says, "Go to Long Island and you can have supper at the diner."
Yep.
Yeah, he does.
When I go out by Derek, I'm going for lobster supper.
Yeah. That's it. Gonna go for a clam boil.
Yep, I'll do that too.
Clams, mussels, potatoes, corn.
I'm not into all the clams. I've eaten them once or twice. And I love oysters.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with clams and mussels.
Really? Fine. Take those off, dip them in some butter.
Butter.
Yeah.
I can do the clams if they have like enough seasoning or a sauce or something. I can't just like Jaslyn. She loves them, man. She'll just down, But
well, that's why we have fresh, warm butter.
Yep.
And you just dip, and it all they do is just smooth, nice and smooth.
I just want the lobster or crab legs.
Lobster here. Crab legs are out west.
Oh, okay.
You gotta have
then you get blue crab, and that's
don't care for it. Yeah,
so I always got snacks within arm's reach.
Yeah. Wait, Anthony's only come in and dropped some stuff off and sat down. He hasn't even seen what it entails yet, so he's gonna go, "What the?"
Yeah, and I haven't put anything in my face since like 4:00 this morning.
Well,
so
we got plenty of stuff for you.
Hint. Time to get lunch going.
Lunch is already ready, my man. You don't understand how I have to work and live in this house.
When you have pizza delivered, you don't have to do anything.
My kids they're like, "Dad, what do we got to eat?" Relax.
All right, Rom Stump, you have a good day. Good luck at your thrift shop.
Have fun, Jamie. I'll be hitting you up because you're gonna be coming up in 2 weeks anyway for the show. So it's gonna be Tommy and Destiny will be on again this week coming up.
Out.
Like he told, I don't know if you heard him last night, but he's got a nice little box for you for next week that you can buy.
Yeah,
Nice.
Would you be interested? It's systems that I can't test for one reason or another. They're like incomplete. Either I don't have the controllers or I don't have the cable to hook it up to the TV.
I'm always interested.
So I was just gonna throw together like it's just gonna be a miscellaneous whatever. That's it. I think I got like 3 or 4 consoles and then some oddball controllers, some oddball cables, but nothing that goes complete to make a complete system.
You starting at $1, Tommy?
Yep. Everything starts at $1.
It's already in.
You had him at video games.
Yep. All our auctions start at $1.
I've gotten to the point. Where I keep a Ziploc bag of one controller and all the cables needed for every console. And I've got like 3 bags. You know, I've got one for an Xbox 360. I've got a GameCube, and I think I have a Wii bag. So if I ever get them in, no, I'll take that back. I don't have an Xbox 360. I think they're all Nintendo. I think I've got one for the Nintendo 64, which I think some of those share cables, don't they?
Yes.
The AV cable is.
Look at that, Anthony. Nate's at $2.
3.
Might
Oh, no,
sell it
what
before
about
Monday.
Dudes, Nate,
I'm
so-
at 5.
Might sell it before Monday.
You're already gonna be sold before Monday before you know it. See, even Dawn saying, "Heck, I'll be in for that." So yeah, we're already stuck. We got a bid of 3. So and Anthony's already at 5. So you're gonna have to be at 7. We might already have it sold before even the auction.
We might just sell it this show.
No, we're not doing 550. No, we don't do 50
Go buy
cents.
2s.
Go buy 2s, Nate. We got Dawn at 10.
Look at
15.
that. We got an auction going on this morning.
No, too bad, Nate. You're behind.
See, I don't even know what I'm bidding on, but I trust Tommy.
Yeah, we got 15 already. We got 15 in
It's a
house.
nice size box. I mean,
I got 15 in house.
I mean, definitely going to go 15, especially with the Vogue Tommy just did.
And he even did the arms right too.
I got a question for you, Anthony. You don't happen to have the game Mech Assault, do you?
I don't know if I do or not. I'd have to look.
For the original Xbox.
What is it?
Mech Assault?
Yeah.
I don't know if I do or not, to be honest with you. I don't have too many original Xbox games.
Right.
Because I just want to I got an Xbox, an original Xbox that I want a soft mod.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So I need the Mech Assault game for that loophole crack.
Right.
I just want to play the old retro games because then I can put all the emulators on there for Atari and Sega and all of that.
Right. You could do those on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that was one of the first models that was actually a PC. Pretty much, it was a computer.
For the
Right.
most part, it was. It actually runs on a Linux system, don't it?
I think so.
Mhm.
A lot of those kind of things do. You never see the operating system that in the
It's
back.
kind of funny. Microsoft hardware running on Linux systems. It's funny. I find it funny.
So, yeah, Tommy, unless somebody outbids me in the chat, you can just start it at 15, man.
Yep. There you go.
You've already made $14 profit.
Look at that.
Haven't even started it yet.
Plus shipping. Plus shipping.
Yeah.
But, all right, guys. You wanna knock it down?
Yeah, I got a lot of packages. I got quite a few people that paid their invoices already for the auction, so that makes me very happy. So those will all be going out today. Whoever paid, I know there's a couple people in chat already. Your packages will be going out today.
Nice. And like I said, tomorrow's show will be on Tommy's channel. Do you have a? Oh wait a minute. Tommy doesn't do a topic until the morning before. So did he already?
Because I usually come up with the topic when I'm laying down in bed the night before.
So.
I mean, I have a sheet of topics, but it depends on usually what happened that day.
Yeah.
On what I'm going to feel like talking about the next morning. You know?
Right.
Anything for you coming up, Craig?
Nothing special.
Cool.
You know what I think I'm going to do this afternoon? Well, I don't know. It's raining here. If it dries up, I think I'm going to do that coffee mug FOMO package and film it. Me and Joseph will show you. And we'll mark the mug so you can see it's the mug. No camera tricks or nothing.
Yeah.
And we'll do that for other people. It's the cheapest way I found to send a coffee mug unless it's first class.
Gotcha.
It's not bad. That'd be a good video.
It will be a good video.
You'd be surprised how durable they are with just a little bit of bubble wrap and cardboard around them. It's crazy.
Well, that's why we're going to work on that anyway because I have to help Kyle with an egg drop. So, so that will even be funny because whatever you do to that, I'm going to try to take and work with the egg drop because it's going to work the same idea.
Yeah.
I'm dropping from 35 feet. So.
That'll be tough.
Yep.
And they said, do that video. It'd be a great video. Plus, I might start getting mugs, so I would like to steal your shipping skills. I love to share. I mean, if I can try to cut a corner or bring a cost down for somebody, that's what it's all about, right? Try to help each other out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what does it normally cost to ship a mug.
Usually,
if you don't do it that way,
usually the $7 to $8 range.
Oh, depends on how heavy it is, for one.
Yeah. I remember when I sold those two recently as a pair. They didn't go far, so I didn't pay much. It was still in the $8 range.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't ship very many mugs.
Stay away from them. My thing would be breaking them.
But I mean, I'm not saying mugs so much, but I used to be scared of stuff like here. Let me show you real quick. Yeah. I used to be scared of shipping stuff like this.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Capodimonte and
And real delicate stuff like this. And it's not as scary as it appears. These things they're a lot more durable than you think if you pack them right. And you don't have to go like super overboard. One of the tricks that I learned is a lot of people wrap their bubble wrap too tight. And then, especially in the summer when it's hot, that bubble wrap shrinks.
Yeah.
And that puts a lot of pressure on it. So then the slightest hit at the wrong direction will cause a crack or a break. Loosely wrap that bubble wrap and get some peanuts. Or I know a lot of people hate peanuts, but if you want to make sure it's not going to break.
When you say peanuts, are you talking like parched peanuts, or do you use boiled peanuts? Or no, I'm kidding.
Cashews.
Yeah, I find the cashews do better.
I got a couple different kinds. I get my peanuts, big contractor garbage bags full for $5. They vary by color.
Kelly says use a pool
Some are
noodle.
pink. And then I got these peanuts here, which are those biodegradable, food safe peanuts.
Yeah.
If you don't use them right away, they'll dry out and shrink up on you.
Huh.
But you can actually eat them. They taste like those puff popcorns.
Why do you think Frank's laughing? Because he knows exactly what we're talking about.
This is a family-friendly show. We're not going to go there.
I missed it.
It's probably best to
That was
deal.
the best part about it. I knew it went over his head.
It's all right.
Kelly says use pool noodles. I actually use pool noodles for like shipping picture frames. Sometimes for stereo receivers, especially if they're real heavy ones.
Slice it and just mold it around the corner or something.
Yeah.
And then you can get them at the dollar store typically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our Dollar General usually has them 3 for $1, especially now in the season. Yep.
Wow, they're well worth it if you use them right.
Styrofoam. Yeah. Styrofoam sometimes can also hurt it too. All depends on what kind it is.
Right.
Some of them are really they're really heavy duty and you snap.
And if you try and mold something, build out a little thing to drop something in to ship like that, it makes a big mess.
It does.
It's easy to work with, but it makes a huge mess.
Yeah, I have a Dremel that you can do stuff with like that with, but it's like, you got to spend 5 to 6 hours cleaning it up with it unless you have a vacuum connected right to it. So
Tracy said she's packing a mug right now, but it's sold for over $100, so she's not FOMOing it.
Yeah.
I would be definitely afraid to do that myself.
Well,
I would FOMO it. I have that much faith in it. But it doesn't look the prettiest either.
Right.
So I suppose if somebody's spending $100 on a mug, you want a really nice presentation.
Right.
What kind of mug goes for $100, man?
It was a Starbucks Sacramento mug.
That's crazy.
Wow.
$100. Nice.
That mug better never run out of drink.
Right,
$100.
exactly. Yeah. It's an the old friendly to have unlimited coffee. It just sits there.
Mhm.
John Jones says the cornstarch peanuts are the worst. When they get wet, where to go? When they get wet, they dissolve and turn into goo.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't. If I use peanuts, usually if it's something that I'm using peanuts with, and it's going to be in a box or whatever, I usually put that box in a bag or I shrink wrap around it. I don't like just sending out plain boxes, especially through like winter and fall and spring rains. So they shouldn't get wet. I've never had anybody say they got wet or complained.
Right.
But I imagine they would get kind of gooey if they did.
I gotta reset my sail. I forgot to do that this morning.
Oh, I think I got to do that too.
All right, guys, we're gonna finish up and end this off so we can get some stuff situated. Tomorrow is on Tommy's channel. Everybody have a great day. Don't go crazy. Whoever's on the East Coast, be careful. Even though it's dropped down, it's still a bad storm. And we'll see you guys all same time, same place, different channel. It's not a bat channel because Tommy doesn't like bats, so we'll call Robin instead. So, and we'll talk to you guys later.
See you guys.
See, catch you later. Have fun, fellas. I want to see a lot of footage. Lots of video footage.
We will. We will.